The sun finally feels like it's here to stay. We've crossed a threshold and left winter behind, and it feels good to shake off the dust and come to a place where we are welcome. We are welcome here regardless of our age, size, eye color, hair color, or skin color. We are welcome just as we are, inside and out. No matter our gender, how we love, how we speak, whatever our abilities, we are all welcome here. Maybe you arrived in your Sunday finest with a smile, or in casual wear with open-toed shoes, and a furrowed brow. In every way you can arrive, you are welcome here. We are all welcome here, whether we believe in God all of the time, some of the time, or none of the time. There are no exceptions. This is a community of open minds, loving hearts, and willing hands. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Cortney Bouldin. My pronouns are he and him. I'm a tall, middle-aged man with short hair, a beard, and a nice corsage. That's the word for it. A nice corsage. Boutonniere. That works too. Welcome to all that are gathered here with us in the sanctuary and those at home in our virtual audience. We extend an especially warm welcome to those who are here for their first, second, or third time. We're so glad you found us, and we look forward to getting to know you.
Please remain standing for the lighting of our chalice. Caitlin is going to light our chalice this morning. And the words are on the screen if you want to turn, or perhaps you know them, or they're in your order of service. We light this chalice for the warmth of love, for the light of truth, and for the energy of action and the flames of resistance. You may be seated. As we settle into this time of worship and sacredness made sacred by our presence and our feet here on this ground that has been a center point of love and justice in this community for many decades now, I invite you to receive these words of invocation. Oh, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I am the Rev Lora Young. My pronouns are she, her. I am a tall, red-haired person with a flower dress, a flower stole, and a flower crown, and purple glasses. And it is my joy to be with you this morning. So our call to worship was written by Carolyn Malore, and it's entitled Wild Green Magic. Before there were weeds, there were medicine beings, healing green wonders of earth. Before there were witches, there were wise women, keepers of knowledge of the ways of the forest, the language of the plant people. They gathered them into their baskets as beloved kin, with respect and a song on their lips, taking only what they needed. Today, there are no weeds in my garden, only medicine beings. Stinging nettle, cleavers, and dandelion rising up green through the cracks in my heart. Ground ivy, purple dead nettle, lemon balm, restoring me to wholeness, rewilding my tired soul. Let my life, perhaps let your life, be an overgrown garden, gloriously messy and lightly tended with love. I don't know the old songs, but if I listen carefully, maybe the plants will trust me enough to take me into their wild green magic and teach them to me again. Let us worship and celebrate this time of communion, which is a beloved tradition within South Valley and within Unitarian Universalism. For those that are unfamiliar with the flower communion, it was created by Norbert Čapek, who wrote our opening hymn this morning, who founded the Unitarian Church in Czechoslovakia. He introduced a special service to that church on June 4th, 1923. For some time, he had felt the need for some symbolic ritual that would bind people together more closely. And he felt strongly that the format would need to be one that would not alienate any who had forsaken other religious traditions. The traditional Christian communion service with bread and wine was unacceptable to the members of his congregation because of their strong reaction against the Catholic faith. So he turned to the native beauty of their countryside for elements of a communion which would be genuine to them. This simple service was the result. It was such a success in that community that it was held yearly just before the summer recess of church. Back then, churches used to recess for church. We don't do that. We run year-round, just letting you know.
The flower communion was brought to the United States in 1940 and introduced to members of our Cambridge, Massachusetts church by Dr. Čapek's wife, Maya Čapek. The Czech-born Maya had met Norbert Čapek in New York City while he was studying for his PhD, and it was at her urging that Norbert left the Baptist ministry and turned to Unitarianism. The Čapeks returned to Czechoslovakia in 1921 and established the dynamic liberal church in Prague. Maya Čapek was ordained in 1926. It was during her tour of the United States that Maya introduced the flower communion, which had been developed in the Prague church, at the Unitarian Church in Cambridge. Unfortunately, Maya was unable to return to Prague due to the outbreak of World War II. And it was not until the war was over that Norbert Čapek's death in a Nazi concentration camp was revealed. From this beginning, the service has spread to many of our Unitarian Universalist congregations and has been adopted along the way.
People were asked to bring a flower of their choice, either from their own gardens or from the field or roadside or from Smith's and Whole Foods. When they arrived at church, a large vase stood waiting in the vestibule. We don't own such a large vase as that. That would have been amazing. Maybe someday we'll get one. And it was attended by two of the youth as people arrived. Each person was asked to place their own flower in the vase, and this signified that it was by their own free will that they joined with others. The vase contained all the flowers. It was a symbol of the fellowship of the church. So we have an expanded altar representing all of the covenants and the friendship within this church.
After the service, as people left the church, they went to the vase and each took a flower from the vase other than the one that they had brought. The significance of the flower communion is that no two flowers are alike, so no two people are alike, yet each has a contribution to make. Together, the different flowers form a beautiful bouquet. Our common bouquet would not be the same without the unique addition of each individual flower. And thus it is with our church community. It would not be the same without each and every one of us. Thus, this service is a statement of our community. By exchanging flowers, we show our willingness to walk together in our search for truth, disregarding all that might divide us. Each person takes home a flower brought by someone else, thus symbolizing our shared celebration in community. This communion of sharing is essential to a free people of a free religion.
So let us open our ritual. Children of the earth and sky, we are nurtured, sustained, given warmth and light from above and from below. Supported by the earth's strong, firm crust, we build our homes, till the fields, plant our gardens and orchards. When we turn from self and seek to be aware, we will find holy light in human faces, in blossom, birdsong, and sky. Then earth is truly our home, and we are one with all the earth's creatures, parents of earth's children yet to be. Whenever Dr. Čapek conducted his flower communion in Prague, he would consecrate the flowers. So I invite you to just, as a community, just to offer your hand and your heart toward the center of our altar. Infinite Spirit of life, God of the dirt and the sun and the light, we ask thy blessing on these, thy messengers of fellowship and love. May they remind us amid diversities of knowledge and gifts to be one in desire and affection and devotion to the holy and sacred will that is at the heart and at the love of all of humanity and the earth's creatures. May we cherish friendship as one of the most sacred and beautiful gifts. May we not let awareness of another's talents discourage us or sully our relationship, but may we realize that whatever we can do, great or small, the efforts of all of us are needed to do thy work in this world. You may put your hands down. And now I'm changing the ritual because I want to give our children plenty of time to make their flower crowns. So I'm going to have us release our children to go make their flower crowns, and then we will invite them back up in a few minutes to end our flower communion while we do our membership ceremony. So let's sing our children down so they can begin their flower communion or their crown making. Invite our children to come back and join us for the partaking of the communion, but I wanted you to be able to enjoy the altar as long as possible. And if you've been a late arrival and you want during music to add your flowers to the altar, please do so.
This community, our church, and its many ministries are only made possible by the gifts you give of your time, your talent, and your treasure. Many of you pledge monthly to support our work, and for this, we are truly grateful. Your gifts help to ensure that we are able to live our values of love and justice in the world outside. Part of our ministry at South Valley includes sharing our Sunday offerings with a charitable organization that aligns with our principles and values. This month and next, we will be sharing our plate with GenderBands. They are a Utah-based nonprofit dedicated to supporting transgender and gender-diverse individuals. Through the split offertory, we are aiding them in their work to provide gender-affirming surgery grants, free chest binders, clothing pop-up shops, community support, and education aimed at helping people live more fully and authentically. Please join me in reading our offertory words. They're printed in your order of service and on the board.
We are the church. We are its hands, its heart, its voice. Together we share the wealth of this community and sustain it with our gifts.
I'd ask the ushers to come forward at this time.
For all we have received, may we be truly grateful. May these gifts be a blessing on the ministries of South Valley and on the life-saving work of GenderBands. You are a delight, Oz. Thank you. At this time, we'd like to take some time to honor and celebrate and welcome those of you who have been walking with us, rolling with us, celebrating with us for some time and have decided to become members. This community is held together and sustained by so many rich relationships, traditions, and rituals. And today, as we celebrate our flower communion, we have also been decided to open it up to membership. And membership, for those that don't know, perhaps this is your first time, welcome. We don't expect you to become members right away, by the way. But members are those who have found us and find us to be a spiritual home. Ours is a free faith, and our church is not based upon dogma or upon creeds, but upon the thoughtful and freely given commitment of mind and heart in community. And I do not do this work alone. I have a team of people that work with me, and I'd like to invite Lori and Sarah to come up and assist.
Hi, I'm Lori Quigley. membership team, and I'm an older woman with short brown going gray hair, and I'm happy to be here. This is a joyful time. Membership in this community comes with both responsibilities and opportunities for living an enriched life of service. As a member, we ask 3 things of you. First, we ask that you attend worship regularly. Worship is the heart of our congregation's shared experience. While, of course, we all need to be away from time to time, and some of us need to attend on Zoom quite frequently, we ask that you make it a priority to be with us on Sunday mornings. Second, we ask that you get involved in one of our many ministries. We are made up of shared ministries here, and we ask that you make service to and for the community part of your commitment. Our shared ministry and our work is amplified and made brighter by the gifts that you all share with us. Join one of our Soul Matters groups, sing in the choir, or volunteer for a ministry or leadership team. And third, we ask that you make a pledge to support the work of this community. Your pledge is critical to sustaining our many ministries and ensuring that those in need of a community such as ours may know of it.
I'm going to move over here because I feel like my back is to a bunch of people. My name is Sarah Featherstone, and I am about the same size as Lori, a little younger and a little grayer, with a very purple flowery shirt on today for the occasion. Membership here is for both the good and easy times as well as those times of difficulty or hardship. Membership is for every season of your life. And we will walk you through each of those seasons and ask that you do the same with us. Together we build the beloved community that is South Valley Unitarian Universalist Society. We are so glad you're here.
So, in the spirit of dedication, I now invite any and all who wish to become members to come forward at this time. While some of you have let us know of your intention, others of you may be more spontaneously inspired, and each and all of you are welcome to come forward at this time. I think this is like our largest joining class since I've been here as a minister. I literally, can someone take a picture of this? Oh my God, TJ's gonna join too. Okay. Yeah, someone please, yeah, Brenda, Sarah, please. This is amazing. I feel like we're graduating. So this is your first test. Can you read in unison together? Okay, here we go.
1, 2, 3. This is now my religious community. It is composed of people both like me and different. Together we make it what it is. I want this community to be a source of light and wholeness. It will be if I am. It will be a generous gift if I am a generous giver. It will be a friendly and welcoming place if I remember to reach out. It will be a responsible steward of resources if I participate responsibly in it. It will share beauty and challenging thoughts with other people if I invite them. It will increase in wisdom if I am diligent in my own spiritual growth. It will be a community of fearlessness and faith, of loyalty and love. If I make it what it is and fill it with these. As I become a member of this congregation, I dedicate myself to the goal of becoming all the things I want my church to be.
Very good. That was long. Will everyone else gathered in the congregation please rise and join me in welcoming our new members by speaking together the affirmations printed in your orders of service.
We rejoice in the promise of new friendship and growth as we renew and extend our covenant together. May the splendid venture of life continue to be celebrated faithfully here, and in this community, may the human spirit always find
covenant community of memory and promise, these new members are now enfolded. May this congregation nurture and challenge them, offering comfort and guidance and calling forth the best within them. May they, in their own turn, bring to this institution energy, vision, and commitment that it may become ever more fully the community we have always hoped for it to be. The congregation may be seated, and all of you are invited to gather around our altar. Let's give them a round of applause and welcome them. It is now time for us to share in our beloved flower communion. In a moment, I'm going to invite all of the children to come forward and to encircle our altar first. And as they approach, I will then invite you to approach. Do your best, if you're an adult, to stay quiet during this time. I ask that each of you will then come forward to select a flower from our altar, one that you did not bring, a different one that particularly appeals to you. And as you take your chosen flower, noticing its particular shape and beauty, please remember to handle it carefully, again to the adults. It is a gift that someone else has brought for you, and it represents that person's unique humanity and deserves your kindest touch. Let us now share quietly in this Unitarian Universalist ritual of oneness and love. So I invite the children to come forward first. And as you approach, you can take a flower. Those of us who are former children to also join in the partaking of a flower for our communion. All the former children are invited forward. And if you are new with us and you didn't bring a flower, that should be no deterrent to taking a flower. There's more than enough for everyone. Please join me in a moment of prayer. All of today's prayers were written by Norbert Čapek. In the name of Providence, which implants in the seed the future of the tree and in the hearts of people, the longing for all of those of us who are living in human love, in the name of the highest, in whom we move and who makes the mother, the father, the brother, the sister, the friend, and the sibling what they are. In the name of sages and great religious leaders who sacrificed their lives to hasten the coming of peace and justice, let us renew our resolution, sincerely to be real companions, regardless of any kind of bar which estranges one from another. In this holy resolution, may we be strengthened, knowing that we are God's family and that one Spirit unites us, the Spirit of love. And may we endeavor for a more perfect and more joyful life. Amen. Of course, this year's flower communion might rest a little different in your heart. With the rise of authoritarianism in the United States, a ritual that honors the courage and resilience of a man who lost his life in a concentration camp may land a little differently. Let's take a moment to just have some spaciousness in this place and in this heart for all that we are doing to resist, to speak truth, to build community, and to ensure that love does win. May that spirit rise strong in us. This picture on our screen is of a beloved friend of mine here in town, Carl Moore, who is an Indigenous activist who has advocated tirelessly for Indigenous rights, LGBTQ rights, and for the rights and dignity of our unhoused neighbors and friends. And he posted this picture a day or two ago in the state capitol. If you can't quite read it because it's a little bit small, Carl is standing in our state capitol holding the hand of Brigham Young, who is holding a pride flag with a "Don't Tread on Me" snake in the middle of it. And we offer this to you as a bold form of joyful resistance, that as we move in and out of the seasons of our lives, what remains and endures is our ability to be whole, dignified, beloved human beings who do know what is right and true, and do know what justice looks like in public. May his example be may his life be an example to all of ours as we seek to go forth and spread justice in this community. I will close our flower communion with this prayer from Dr. Čapek. Just before he was put to death in Dachau, Dr. Čapek wrote this prayer reflecting on his own life and the state of his spirit. It is worthwhile to live and fight courageously for sacred ideals. Oh, blow, ye evil winds, into my body's fire, my soul you'll never unravel. Even though disappointed 1,000 times or fallen in the fight and everything would worthless seem, I have lived amidst eternity. Be grateful, my soul. My life was worth living. He who pressed from all sides but remained victorious in spirit is welcomed into the choir of heroes. He who overcame the fetters, giving wing to the mind, is entering into the golden age of the victorious. Amen. And may it be so, and I invite you to say, and so it is.
And so it is.
And now, it's time for our birthday blessing. If you have a birthday in May, come on forward.
I have a blessing for you on your birthday month. May this coming year open your mind to new possibilities, discoveries, and dreams. May your heart be joyful and free. May your spirit be moved to deeper wisdom. When adventure beckons, may your courage rise. When sorrow arrives, may friends surround you. And may your compassion for self and others grow ever more rooted in loving kindness, such that your life proves this essential truth, that with love, all things are possible. May this blessing wend its way to your consciousness whenever you need it most. This world is better because you are in it, and we are so glad you are here. Thank you.
Please rise as you're willing and able for our closing hymn. It's in the Teal hymnal, number 1029. Love knocks and waits for us to hear. standing for the extinguishing of our chalice. And Caitlin, if you'd like to come forward. Well, we took the stool away, so we'll see. Okay. We extinguish our chalice,
but not the warmth of love, the light of truth, or the energy of action. We hold each other in our hearts until we meet again.
Please remain standing for the benediction. Recently, there was an article in the Salt Lake Tribune regarding the ban of pride flags in school and government buildings. And several professors weighed in about how they felt about this. Professors raised concerns about how the measure would be enforced on campus. Thomas Cheatham, a professor of medicinal chemistry and director of the Center for High Performance Computing, questioned if there would be a pride police looking in the windows of faculty offices, trying to find violators. Molly Arvin, associate professor of history and gender studies, worried about that too. Quote, "Are there now going to be particular offices on campus that are going to be charged with looking around and seeing if there are any flags on display?" Brian Jones, an associate professor at the John Moran Eye Center, wrote in the comments during the meeting, "The urge to become ungovernable is strong." Several faculty members added a thumbs up emoji in support. And is there not anything more resistant and joyful and worthy of a thumbs up than a community united in our flower communion and about to embark into that very pagan tradition of a maypole dance, which we will be now gathering out on the lawn to participate in. And our beloved May couple this year is Leo and Pallas. Maybe if they're not shy, they can come forward and I will give them a flower crown to wear for this, and perhaps another flower crown can be made available to them as we crown them. Okay, let's see. It's more like a flower necklace for you, friend. There you go. There you go. We take our rituals very seriously here. So may this blessing that we're about to give you indeed be one of deep fertility and joy for your family as you begin to grow in love and in babies. Let us now sit for actually, we're going to just walk out for the maypole. So let's process out for the maypole.